everyone. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have Sherry.
Hi.
Sherry Voices from the Swamp, I think is her
Yep.
YouTube channel, and she does tarot and all that. I'm gonna let her explain all of what she does and all of her endeavors coming up in the future. But so yeah, so welcome, Sherry. Sherry, hello.
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you for inviting me. Like I said, when I first stumbled into this community, you were the second person I discovered.
Oh,
And just something about the way you were reading just clicked with me. And I was hooked at that point. And I was like, okay, this is unreal. And I started watching and became a member and subscribed and then became a member and then so I've been following you for a few years now.
oh,
So this was a big thrill for me whenever we got to meet finally. What was it, a couple months back for the Pictionary
yeah.
uh and whatnot. So yeah, I've been really excited about doing this, and my channel's growing. I'm finally over 300 subscribers.
Yay.
um
And what is exactly is your YouTube channel? What is it?
It's Sherry H. Voices from the Swamp,
Okay, just making sure.
because I literally live 3 miles from the swamp. I live 3 miles from the largest land based swamp in the continental US,
You
the
know, that would be a
Atchafalaya
nice
Swamp.
haunted night.
Yeah, you don't go in the swamp at night.
I know. That's one way
That's
of
something
that.
you learn real quick. Don't do that. It's an 18-mile bridge to get across it.
Oh my.
So that's how big the swamp is.
Yeah.
And then there's little swamps all around us. So
And what state is this?
Louisiana.
Louisiana?
I'm in Southwest Louisiana,
Hmm?
Cajun country.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm right between Lake Charles and Baton Rouge.
So you know how to make that gumbo.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
make a I make a killer chicken and sausage gumbo.
yeah. I
And
had true Louisiana gumbo from a Louisiana, big old pot like they do it, gumbo. And then you go to a restaurant, and I'm like, this is
that's
somebody's
not it.
nightmare.
Yeah.
That's not it.
I can't eat Cajun food in a restaurant because it doesn't taste like Cajun food.
Agreed.
And I grew up on it. So I mean, I was born right here in Lake Charles, uh, 60 miles away from where I am now.
And I'm a
So,
wimp. I can't really eat hot stuff, but the gumbo just some reason
well, really,
just
real
makes it
Cajun food is not like hot,
hot, hot, hot.
spicy. I don't know who came up
Yeah.
with that. It has a lot of flavor to it, but it's not like burn your mouth. You need to drink a gallon of water after one bite
Right.
kind of food. There are some things that people like to add to it that will do that, but
Yeah.
that's usually personal preference, the peppers that they'll throw in or the sauces that they'll use, but that's not generally what gets doled out to all the bowls.
Gotcha,
So,
gotcha, gotcha.
and but yeah, my grandmother, who wasn't Cajun but was a fabulous cook, the woman could cook anything.
Now, can
She
you
I'm
speak it?
still can I
Can you?
speak Cajun?
Yeah. Well, what is it called? What is that language? It's down there in the bayou when you're. What is it? What they call it?
Oh,
French?
Michelle is just a little bit of the Cajun flair.
Yeah. What is it? It has French and American mixed together. What is it called?
It's Cajun French is a mixture of French, Spanish, and English,
Uh-huh.
kind of all together. When my grandfather was in World War II, one grandfather was in the army, the other in the navy. The one that was in the army, because he was a little Cajun man, they sent him to France, thinking, "Oh, you can talk to the people." He didn't understand any of it. He was like, "I don't know what they're talking about. It's not French I grew up with." He understood the Spaniards better than he understood the Frenchmen. So but it's a good mixture. I mean,
Can you speak it, or is that something?
I used to know some of it, and I used to understand a lot of it when I was a little girl.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was away from it for so long that I lost it. And I have a few words that I remember, but half of them I probably don't pronounce correctly anyway. I keep saying I'm going to take a class because I work at a university and we do offer Cajun French classes.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
And
Okay.
I just haven't had time to do it. So
Okay, so I know we'll get off on tangents and we just derailed, but so what kind of things do you have planned? You said you were talking about some lives and some of this and some of that and some of
I
the
have
channel.
currently, well, tomorrow night, Allie from Heart and Soul Connected will be on my channel for a live stream at, I want to say 7 o'clock Central. Let me grab my book. Um, Allie, where did she go? At 7, I think it's 7 o'clock Central. And then Saturday will be the first show for a new group that several of us have joined. Kelly from Dozen Cats for You. She does the Circle of Friends with Allie. And she does a fireside chats on the weekends. She's starting a group up called the High Vibe Tribe. And basically it's just how to help people get out of the low vibration and raise their vibration to a higher one, and different things that we do. And I don't really know exactly what all we're going to be doing, but right now the talk is once a month we're going to meet on a Saturday morning and do a live stream. And then so that's this Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Time.
On whose channel?
It'll be on Dozen Cats for You.
Dozen Cats for You. Okay. Is
Yeah,
that
that's
dozen like
Kelly.
12?
It's DZN,
Dozen Cats.
the
Okay.
number 4, and then I think it's YOU or
Well, when I post this up
yeah,
in the
I'll get
comments,
you the
put everybody's channel down, just copy it.
yeah, I'll put it in there for you. But there's 9 of us in the group, so we'll be meeting. And then about an hour after we're through with that, I have a live stream schedule with a gentleman called named Ben from Beneficial Tarot. He's actually from London. That's where he's at. So it's taken us a while to get our schedules to kind of meet in the middle. And he's funny. I crack up when I watch him. And then I have Linda G that's has agreed to come on my channel.
Oh, fantastic.
November 2nd, I think it is. I don't know. I'll have the details when we work out all the fine details. It's just I finally got through to her and she said, yes, I'll come on and this date is available. I said, fine, I'll take the day off from work.
Right. Yeah.
Because
It's like,
it's
okay,
like
let's do it.
during the week in the middle of the day, it's like, no, I'll just take the day off from work. Don't worry about it.
Fantastic. All
and
right.
and then we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. So
Good stuff, honey. Well, I hope everybody, whoever's listening, please go over and show her some love and get her numbers up so she can have a community page. At least that'll help,
yes,
right?
I
Get her
need like
bumped up.
180 more, I think it is.
Yeah, yeah. I see that you like blue.
I do. Blue is my color.
I mean, you definitely got that
I have my blue
blue
curtain
represent.
walls and my blue spread, and I live in the living room.
Yeah.
I live in half of the living room. And so when I told my guys that, okay, I'm doing this, my brother put up the stuff so I could hang curtains
Yeah.
to have privacy. And my
Yeah.
son got me set up with all the computer stuff and the microphone. And
Fantastic.
so
Yeah,
I
you
come in
sound
here
really
and I
good.
shut the curtains and I do my things.
All right. So let's get into some political readings. So you ready
Let's
for
do
that?
it.
First up is
I'm ready.
Roger Stone. Apparently, they have released a lot of his videos on him pretty much in like July, talking about how they were going to handle the election. Now, in this thing, he like play by play, he's talking about it in this video. There's also other videos out, something about him or a interview with the guys who did the videotaping. They said that how much he hung out with the Proud Boys and how connected he was. Now,
Christopher, I want to play another clip you gave the committee. This has not been seen before, and it shows Roger Stone. This is on July 9th, 2020. This was recorded by Stone's assistant during COVID and provided to you. Here it is.
What they're assuming is that the election will be normal. The election will not be normal. oh, these are the California results? Sorry, we're not accepting them. We're challenging them in court. If the electors show up at the Electoral College, armed guards will throw them out. I'm the president. You. You're not stealing Florida. You're not stealing Ohio. I'm challenging all of it, and the judges we're going to are judges I appointed. You. You're not stealing the election. That's basically what Bush did to Gore. So, you know, if they want to run a bunch of fake ballots, we'll have an investigation. We'll say, these ballots are fake. Yep. Your results are invalidated. Goodbye. That's the way it's going to have to work.
Wow.
It's going to be really nasty.
Wow.
But you cannot count on, we're not going to get an honest election.
Right.
So let's say that Trump is a little behind right now, which he probably is. That doesn't bother me. But even if he wins an honest election, we're not going to have an honest election.
Got it.
They're going to steal it. They're stealing us blind in Florida right now. So,
wow.
You know, it's not the first time it's happened in this country, and it happens around the world.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to fight for the presidency in the courts. Our next election will be decided in the courts.
Wow.
Because they cheat, and we don't cheat.
Yeah.
We've never cheated.
So this was July 9th, 2020. This was 4 months before the election. So the rudiments of the plot really to overturn the election were being discussed as early as the summer, months before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this clip is actually from the day before President Trump commutes Roger Stone's sentence. And this planning, what this also shows is I think, the first small movements towards what became Stop the Steal in 2020. That we're here seeing, actually seeing Roger in the middle of a conspiracy, basically.
Actually interviewed with the J6 committee before their last break.
Yeah,
it was a
the
documentary team
filmmakers.
Yeah, they're from like Norway or Finland or something like
did.
that.
Yeah, so we're
And,
gonna probably
and
get a
they-
good. Well, the January 6th commission hearing has postponed because of the hurricane. So I don't know.
Supposed to meet tomorrow morning.
Yeah, they have postponed it. I don't know to where they may have a new date or whatever already posted, but they have postponed it because of the hurricane. Something
Mhm.
about some committee members that are amongst that or something along that lines. Anyway,
Yeah, we thought it was just going to blow right by everybody and no big deal. And up to Cat 4 now, or Cat 3 at least.
that's
I mean, I grew
enough.
up on the Gulf Coast, so I've been through so many hurricanes, I can't even count.
Yeah.
That's how I started my channel last summer. We had a hurricane coming directly at us, and I was like, well, I think I'm just going to do like a video blog and just go outside like the crazy weatherman and show everybody what the weather's doing. And then it moved and hit another area, didn't hit us. So, but that birthed my channel. So, I mean, I'd had the channel for years and years and years. I just didn't do anything with it.
I know we
So-
derailed. We got derailed again. Okay, so
Yeah.
January Roger Stone. Let's see if he's going to be in trouble. So whatever the cards say about him. I'm good at that. I'm like squirrel.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Well, I don't know, but I just pulled 3 swords, all swords cards.
Go for it. What do you got?
Start with the 4 of swords, which could be relaxation, but it's coming across to me more of I feel like he's wanting to rest, but he can't, is how it makes me feel. And followed with the 8 of swords, which is self-imposed restrictions. A lot of the trouble he's in, he's brought on himself, which is why he's not getting the rest he should be getting with the 4 swords, because he's brought on all this stuff because of his, I don't know if he's crazy or just greedy, but and it ends with the Queen of Swords, which I think he thinks that he's in the right, but I think it's going to show that unbiased judgment that it talks about with the Queen of Swords. I think it's going to be towards him, not coming from him. It's going to be, he's going to be held accountable. There's going to be unbiased judgment to him for what he's done and what he's responsible for, and not get everything swept under the rug like he's always had before. And that's what I'm getting from it.
Okay, sorry about that. I didn't mean to shuffle while you were talking.
Oh, no, that's okay.
I forget that people can hear that.
I do the same thing. I listened to myself the other day and I was like,
Yeah, can't do
wow, it's
that.
really loud. I'm about to mute myself.
So sorry.
That's okay.
He's about to confess. He's on the verge of in trouble. He's on the verge of confessing. He's on the verge of them getting him behind doors, because he's fake in front of the people, but when they go behind the doors, he knows how much trouble he's in, because he's pretending. He has a lot of pretending going on. He has, I don't know, unexpected and can't resist. There's something strange going on. He's threatened. He's been, he's the bounty hunters after him. The DOJ's after him. They're trying to get an intervention. The hamster wheel, meaning that they have been investigating him for quite some time. And the threat of his, putting him in jail. There's something weird. Let's find out why.
He skated on everything back in the 70s with Nixon, and he was right in the middle of all of that mess. And I think that he's like 45. He's just kind of skated his way through life and not really had to pay the piper for what he's doing.
Paid the piper.
That's it. And I have a
I'm looking
feeling
for my
that
haunted house deck, but I guess I don't know where it went. Anyways, so let's find out why he hasn't been pulled in yet. Something tells me that he's been talking. That's the reason why they haven't subpoenaed him. They haven't talked to him. He's been really quiet. Something tells me that he's cooperating. Just like Meadows.
like everybody else. I mean, all of 45's kids have all cooperated.
Yeah, sort of.
Because they don't want to go to jail, even though I don't think that they're going to be able to avoid it. To be honest, the only one I see out of that group that might walk away from it all is the Precious, which is what I call Ivanka.
She might. She definitely,
because that's the way Trump looks at her, like she's the Precious.
Yes, this is true.
Gives me the EBGBs.
Well, I got the Queen of Swords as well, but this is like a bitter cover-up. The Queen of Swords could be a bitter cover-up. The downfall, the attention to detail. He was the planner. He was the guy who masterminded a lot of this. And then when the Democrats were winning, it stressed him out. Self-imposed problems, and the Five of Cups, loss, public recognition, and now the public recognition is about to kill his butt, because he's got the King of Wands. He's a visionary and he wants it all, but I think he's working with them. I have the Three of Pentacles. He's craftsmanship. I think he's working teamwork. I think he's working with the January 6th. Unbeknownst to us, behind the scenes, he's a little tattletale, but out in front, he's like trying to be the big bad wolf.
The big tough guy. I pulled a few oracles from Scott Allen's oracle deck, his ET deck. I really like this deck. They have some really cool cards with it. But the first one I pulled was new and full moon energy. It says hidden secrets. He's got a lot of hidden secrets that he can use to play with to try to keep him out of really big trouble. And then the next one is like a warning to him. You're not learning your life lessons. He's not learning his lessons because he still keeps getting away with everything.
Right.
Just like 45 has continued to get away with everything. And then it tells him it's time for him to transition. Now, most people would look at that and think transition to a higher plane, become a better person. Personally, I just feel like his greatest transition would be if he doesn't go to prison.
Yeah.
Because I just feel really strongly like they're getting ready to
Pounce.
really come down on them. I mean,
Yeah.
the DOJ just dropped like 40 subpoenas the other day.
Yeah.
Had them freaking out. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's talking. He
Oh,
might be
yeah, without a
lying when
doubt.
he's talking, but he's at least talking. All right, we have Ken Paxton. And okay, so Ken Paxton, the subpoena for Ken Paxton's testimony on part of the lawsuit filed in August by a productive health group looking to protect their ability to help parents across the legal abortion in the state outside of Texas, where performing nearly all abortions became illegal following the Supreme Court overturning of the Roe v. Wade. He was being subpoenaed because he was trying to stop Texans from leaving Texas.
Court records reveal Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton fled his home to avoid being served with a subpoena. That's according to reporting from the Texas Tribune. It reports a process server tried to serve Paxton with a subpoena at his home in McKinney Monday morning. The subpoena was related to a lawsuit about abortion funding. But the server says Paxton ran away, jumped in a truck driven by his wife, State Senator Angela Paxton, and the two took off. Ken Paxton responded to the Tribune's report with a series of tweets calling the story a ridiculous waste of time and saying the media should be ashamed of themselves. He also tweeted, "It's clear that the media wants to drum up another controversy involving my work as Attorney General, so they're attacking me for having the audacity to avoid a stranger lingering outside my home and showing concern about the safety and well-being of my family." You can read more about that affidavit filed in federal court in the article here.
Him and his wife try to run away and not get subpoenaed, this, that, and the other. So
and she's a state representative or state senator, something like that.
I don't know.
She holds office too.
Yeah. So let's see what trouble he's in. Let's see this. Let's read on him and see what happens. See what's going on with Ken Paxton, the little demon that he is. You got something, go for it.
Well, I pulled the Hermit, which I think that while there's different meanings that go with this card, I think the biggest thing that he's feeling is being alone, even though his wife ran with him. I think the fact that he's afraid to even be handed a subpoena speaks volumes, and I think he's feeling very alone right now, very vulnerable. And then I pulled the Sun reversed. So while he may be feeling very optimistic that he's just going to walk away from this, like the other ones that he's got on his coming after him, because he has like 5 indictments, I think, that he's under right now. I get the feeling that basically he's just fooling himself with that. And then I pulled the 9 of Cups, which is his wish is that this is all going to go away and he's going to keep his power. But I really feel like it just really hits me that it's a lot of wishful thinking, a lot of emotional stress really is what. And I know it doesn't really fit the meaning of that card, but that's just what I'm getting off of it. And I'm learning to do that, so I'm trying to go with it more when I get a strong feeling about something. I just feel like he's worried because he's got trouble coming.
Yeah, I went into what the state or whatever, the subpoena, all the his troubles I have against him. So I didn't get into him because I don't care what he's feeling. He can be sad and up here, you know, because he deserves every bit of that because he did it to himself. But I got the King of Pentacles. He's made a lot of money in his position. Okay. So he's made a lot of money in his position. However, he's also had a deceitful spy. There's been somebody there that has been documenting, watching, telling, handing off information, which is really, really good because here's the Five of Swords, you know, him trying to steal away his honor, and then I got the Tower. So whoever the spy is, it's working because chaos and his reputation, his disgraced reputation, and he's, you know, the evil, the obsession. He has some sort of obsession. He has some sort of there's probably money, but there's something there that is really showing off his, like, he's so unpleasant to people. He's really pissed a lot of people off. He's, you know, that he has that addiction, that sex, that lust, that all of that. He's just
And
that,
it
you know
bleeds
what I
right
mean?
over into my state. Yeah, we
He's just so
hear a lot
gross.
about him.
Yeah, so he's got it coming from all different sides. All of his problems are coming from all different sides. But in the end, the Emperor has the Ace of Swords. That means the judge is going to come down. He has the Ace of Swords. So the truth is coming out, and the Emperor is going to make him pay. He's good, you know, discipline, all of that. And the next card is the Queen of Cups, which is that mature woman. So the judge might be a mature woman who takes him out.
Yeah,
He's in
that
trouble. He's in trouble. And then of course I got if he was betrayed. He's being betrayed by a person of that he, like a King of Swords. He's being betrayed by somebody in charge. Yes,
you
he
know
is.
what's funny is as many times as I've thrown cards, I could count on one hand the time I've ever thrown more than one sword in a spread.
Yeah.
And in these first two that we've done, I've pulled like
All the swords, all the
it's like,
swords.
whoa, that's speaking volumes to me. So
It's a little painful. All right. So we have President Xi, I think is how you
I
say
think that's
that.
how you say it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's suspicion that there is a coup. There's like talk of a coup going on in
Breaking news for the past 2 days. Speculation has been rife about coup in China. Evidence cited included reports of canceled passengers' flights and footage of military movement.
China right now. It's like a rumor. So I just want to see what's going on with President Xi. Apparently, this is also a rumor that he's on lockdown, that he's put away. So let's see what's going on in China with President Xi.
Yeah, because I mean, he was president when Obama was president, and you would think they were buddy the way they acted with each other. And it wasn't until Obama left that suddenly he decided he's president for life. Like, okay, but okay. You want to talk about weird? I just pulled 3 cards in reverse. That's never happened before either.
Well, I'm really confused.
I pulled the Hermit again, but I pulled it in reverse.
Wealthy people.
Isolation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Isolation, loneliness, lost your way. Yeah, I would say he's lost his way. I can't believe I pulled 3 cards in reverse. I didn't even know I had cards reversed in there. I thought I had them all in one direction. And then I pulled the 2 of Wands reversed. Fear of change, fear of the unknown. That, yeah, I'm feeling like he's feeling that fear. He's in a lot of fear right now. Followed by the Emperor, lack of discipline, stubborn, recklessness. I mean, I'm still learning the cards, so forgive me as I read off of them. But it just just overall, it's just the feeling that I'm getting is that he is in fear, that he is really worried that this time around he's not gonna just kind of get away and it's gonna disappear. I think he's really scared he's gonna go down for this, especially the final part, which is the terrorist attack.
Well, I find it really interesting. I see threatened. I got threatened, and then on a proposal on the table. So I don't know if this is equating to a coup, but he was definitely threatened, and then there's a proposal on the table, like for a change or something else and something different. And running, it says running, avoiding, like running and avoiding. He's either being put away to avoid the change. They're avoiding. There's some sort of avoiding going on over there, and they're hyper focused on some serious political stunt going on right now. So somebody's very, very hyper focused, and it looks like whatever this is going to be a drastic change. It's going to be very, very drastic and a cleansing of people who are in charge. So if this coup, I mean, I also got love and escape, a love and escape. So I don't know if the people are done with it. I don't know whoever the coup is. I'm not even sure that the regime that is trying to take over is any better than Xi, because it doesn't seem like it. I think the only way, but there's a love and escape. So the people maybe are hoping for something better. I'm not sure they're getting anything better.
While you were talking and I was shuffling, and this jumped out, judgment.
Yeah.
And it jumped out upright. So,
the judgment of him, judgment on what's going on. Yeah, I'm not sure they're getting anything better, though. I'm not sure the country is getting anything better, to be honest with you.
yeah,
I just had a feeling that it was attached to Putin.
Well,
I
they're
literally just had that
busy
feeling.
trying to be best buddies, you know. Because Xi's been
No, I've never felt that he liked Putin.
no, I don't think they like each other, but I think that they're using each other to
soulmate. So there's something
Yeah.
there's a connection between him and Putin. That is like receipts. The connection. I think maybe his people, like China says, you are working with Putin. We don't like that, or something along that lines. The receipts, the proof that they have, the obsession that maybe he had with Putin. I don't know, but the waves of emotion. There's something going on. There's something really drastic going on over in China right now with Mr. President Xi. So that's really weird. Okay, for the last one, we have Peter Navarro. Peter Navarro, if you guys can remember, he's the one that did the football. He's the one that had the playbook, and he named it. He was going to take over the elections by this playbook. I forget what the name of it. Hang on a second. Let me search it.
Yep.
In the news, we do a lot of interviews. I talked to a Trump advisor who touted his plans to overthrow the election that Trump lost. And now, in a vote to hold him in contempt, Congress just cited that very interview as evidence.
Mr. Navarro made multiple media appearances during which he discussed his various roles in the events that culminated in the January 6th attack. I'd like to play a media clip right now. Can you please cue the clip?
What about this interview, which is kind of interesting, is like I have so much knowledge to share with you about what I was involved in and what I know. It was about sending the votes back. Most or all of those states would decertify the election.
How do you expect people to take seriously your claim that this is secret and privileged when you've been out there talking about it? And when you and Bannon said the committee's dog wouldn't bark, they were afraid of you and the report, it seems now, Peter, like the dog has barked.
Thank you. He has so much knowledge to share with a journalist, but he refuses to share that knowledge in response to a lawful subpoena. Evidently, Mr. Navarro is only concerned with executive privilege, with keeping certain matters confidential when it's convenient for him.
Okay, so Peter Navarro had the Green Bay sweep. That's what he was calling
There we
the
go.
sedition. And he
Yep.
actually talked about that, I think, on CNN or something like that, where he was being interviewed and he talked about and he literally thought it was all okay. It's Green Bay sweep. This is how you do it. This is how it sounds like sedition. No, it's fine. It's all legal, right? Peter Navarro is that. So I think he's in trouble. So let's see if Peter Navarro, if he's going to be held accountable, if he is going to be held accountable, or if he is in trouble.
Okay, I think the dogs are being quiet now. I forget to hit the mute button when they start barking.
Peter Navarro. Oh. Interesting. I'll go ahead and go because I got mine laid out.
Yeah, you got yours
I
ready.
got the Wheel of Fortune. I got the Wheel of Fortune, which means karma, and this he did it to himself, right? Karma, and he is self-imposed. I also got the Two of Wands, which is a success through strength and vision. He's the one that came up with the plan, and now he's defending his plan. He was defending his plan. But we have the Queen of Cups and the Three of Cups. And now this is really interesting because the new horizon, the mature woman, the claims of something new and celebrating. He's like celebrating that maybe they're not coming after him or something like that. There's some sort of like either he's cooperated, he talked about it, or something along that lines. It seems like he is free. Because I have the Empress, but there's an ending for him, like a political ending, that he will never ever get another job. But I don't see him being held accountable for sure. His creativeness and his willingness, or he even spoke, or something along that lines, courage to overcome something tells me that he talked his way out of that, and he's not going to be held accountable. But they did get a lot of information from him.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Well, first I pulled the Sun, which I think is just, in this context, it's just the light that's being shown on everything. You get bright sunshine and it's going to sterilize and kill off all the bad bacteria. And I feel like the Sun is now in the process of baking everything clean, so to speak, him included. Followed by the Two of Cups. So I think he's feeling like he's got this. He's talked, he's done whatever he needs to do. It's going to be okay. And I don't think it's going to be okay. I think this Two of Cups, I look at it more like the red pill, blue pill. Which pill are you going to take? Where are you going to go? Followed by the Seven of Cups, which some of these cards I'm still learning, and I apologize again, but I think it's more of his illusion that while the sun is shining the light on everything and cleansing everything out, he's still in that place of everything's going to be fine. I've done what I needed to do and everything's going to be fine. And I really don't feel like that's what's going to happen. I mean, maybe he'll skate this go round and then something down the road will snag him up. But I just feel like this is above what any of them have ever had to deal with before. I mean, we're talking serious charges being brought on these people for what they've done. And being the mastermind would be the one to,
Yeah, I think
he
that
thought this up. So
yeah, exactly. I said that was his baby. He cooked up that imaginary play, and trying to use it on the American people. I'm not sure they can hold him accountable for that, but I think they have gotten a lot of information. And you're right. I think his politicking is probably over with. He probably will never be able to really successfully get another political job again because of his ding dong ways. All right, everyone.
I could say something, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do that.
I know it's gotta be nice. Gotta be nice. All right. Well, if you have made it this far, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this and
I did, yes.
reading.
I feel a
So
little outclassed because I'm not as up on my politics as normal. Just crazy things happen around the house that
it's all right.
I haven't been paying attention, so most of it was cold reading for me.
Well, there you
but
go.
that's good. That's good practice. So, and I'm still learning cards. I'm starting to learn how to just go with what I feel, not always what they say.
Well, that's where the gift is, and never apologize. Never ever apologize for how you read your cards, honey.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer on that. Either you're new or you've been here forever. It doesn't matter. Never apologize for the way you read cards. And that's how tarot cards are designed, is for that reader to use the intuition and to do that. And the words that are on the cards, I use them too. Yeah. I use cards that have words on there because sometimes I forget the other meanings, and it's just gives me, I can read a word on there. If I don't feel that that's the meaning, then I move on. So it's
right. That's what I'm learning to do.
Yeah.
Is as I'm looking at it, it's like, okay, I know it says that this is what it means, but that's not what I'm feeling. That's not what I'm getting off of this. So,
and I think intuitive readers are a way, how can I put this? Because people who there's readers out there who memorize the cards. Okay. Yeah. They're brilliant at it. I am not one of them.
Yeah.
I am an intuitive reader. I like intuitive readers. It doesn't mean the other one's bad or good or indifferent or whatever, but I navigate to intuitive readers. So I feel like I can understand them. So
I really gained courage to do that. I did an episode with Jeffrey Bright Color.
Mm-hmm.
The card,
he's excellent at it.
Oh yeah, the card that we showcased was the Hanged Man. And so we did a whole show just on that card and all the different variations you could put with it. And I learned a lot. I mean, I was very thankful that he invited me to come on and do that. I was like, I don't know anything about this card. He said, that's okay. We're going to learn. Yeah. So, and I did. I learned a lot. I learned a lot of ways of how to look at it from different points of view.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily what's printed on it, but the different feelings that can bring that out, what it could mean.
I used to do, and this is like serious old school, 30-40 years ago old school, is they used to teach us to pick up a card for the day, look at it, and then place it either in your bra or your pocket or whatever, and feel it with you all day and think about it, ask what spirit, that was, and then you just did that for your whole deck of cards. It may help you connect with your cards and everything, but it gave you a perspective of just all day feeling what that card feels like to you, what it think it is, what it's doing. That's old school.
Yeah.
That's old school way of learning your deck and connecting with your deck and all that good stuff. But anyways, all right. Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you being here, and please go
thank you.
go and connect with Sherry and give her some love over there. So
I would appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.
I'm growing little baby steps at a time. Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me. I really enjoyed this.
You're welcome. Yeah, we
dogs
all have to
and
start.
all.
Yes, dogs and all. We have to start somewhere.
That's it.
All right.